Edgar is a fine draw. Let's see what we get here. Sure. Let's draw with the loaf as well. Look, value, 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 right? Let's play this. Play that. Play the Fell Stinger. Take the draw. Kill his phantom.
Subservience will be a reward.
Good game. Play the hive. And that's game. Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we are playing ORZHOV Blood on the Snow. It's a standard best of one deck with average converted mana cost 2.6, 19 non-creatures, 18 creatures, and 23 lands. Deck is very straightforward. You have probably seen it a thousand times already, but I'm playing it just because I want to cover all the main decks that are in the meta right now. This deck is one of them. Of course, it's being played at Mythic rank because I, previously achieved Mythic with a black Blood on the Snow deck, and now I just wanted to cover ORZHOV just so you guys can see the differences between both decks and see which one you like more. This deck is different than the black deck, and it's different within the removal. The black deck I think has more value than this deck does, but this deck has more reach. Right, this deck has way more reach than the black deck. They're both pretty good, but I've had a better performance with the black deck, to be honest. And it's mainly because it's a mono-colored deck, right? It's one color, right? So it has to be the most consistent. So yeah, let's get right into the deck list. The deck has 4 Eye Twitch, 4 Shambling Ghast, 4 Acquisitions Expert, 4 Deadly Dispute, 2 Rite of Oblivion, 2 Vanishing Verse, 2 Meathook Massacre, 2 Redain, 2 Wedding Announcements, 3 Fell Stinger, 2 Soren, 2 Edgar, 2 Loth, and 1 Kaya, and to finish it off with 2 Blood on the Snow. And we also have 23 lands over here within Field of Ruin, Snowfield Sinkhole, the snow-colored dual land. And yeah, the rest is, as you see here, 2 hives as well. And within our sideboard, we have 1 Environmental Sciences, 1 Reduced to Memory, 1 Necrotic Fumes, 1 Containment Breach, 2 Mascot Exhibitions, and 1 Confront the Past. We cast Containment Breach easily because we have a lot of treasures, right? So it has to be included for that extra reach, that extra removal and capabilities. So the idea behind the deck is straightforward. It's different when it comes to it can definitely match the value of the black deck, but it lags a little bit, I think. And what I mean by value is just card draw. And what I mean by that, you can tweak this deck and make it draw more cards, but there's just not enough room, right? You obviously want to play all the ORZHOV cards like Rite of Oblivion and Vanishing Verse. So this deck focuses more on removal. We don't need 3 or 4 Meathook Massacres because we have to fit in more removal and more cards, right? We have Wedding Announcement, obviously, and we have my choice, which is Redain. And we also have 2 Rite of Oblivion and 2 Vanishing Verse. Rite of Oblivion is very good, and you get a lot of value off of it because it has flashback. And it's an extra sacrifice material or sacrifice card for the deck. And that's where Acquisitions Expert comes in clutch, because obviously, like I said before, the card performs very well, and it's an extra sacrifice fodder. But since we have more cards that rely on sacrifice, we have Rite of Oblivion, we have Fell Stinger, we have Deadly Dispute. We have 3 Acquisitions Expert to sacrifice for these cards, and also we have 2 Wedding Announcements to sacrifice for these cards as well. A Wedding Announcement is an amazing card because it does 3 things, right? It makes a creature, it draws a card, and it buffs your creatures. So this is the ultimate value card right here. And as soon as it hits the battlefield, usually all your opponents are looking to remove it, right? And they usually do so with Vanishing Verse because everyone is playing ORZHOV and Blood, Blood on the Snow decks. And the idea behind Redain here is to battle other snow decks, right? Redain is amazing while doing that, and it also makes it worse for them to cast Blood on the Snow since it taxes them, and it makes it worse for them to cast Meathook Massacre, because if they want to cast Meathook Massacre for 4, or they want to cast Meathook Massacre for like 4 mana, you know, like -2, it taxes them, so now they have to pay 2 more, so it makes the Meathook Massacre significantly worse, and it obviously has all their mana, it messes with their mana as well, you know, their snow sources come in tapped, and it taxes this Blood on the Snow, so it's a pretty good advantage to have, right? You can tweak this deck out and do as much as possible, but I think the ratio for the sacrifice, the removal, and your top end here is not to be messed with, because when I first made this deck, the ratio was way off, and I noticed that like I'm not really winning games consistently. So once I changed the ratio, especially for the Rite of Oblivion and Vanishing Verse, it became pretty good, because you know, this is like a 4 of basically, because it has flashback. So when you cast Rite of Oblivion, you can cast it again. So even if you have 2, it's considered that you have 4 technically, you know. And 2 Vanishing Verse is very good because it's an instant. And you usually want these cards against you know, the mirror match or the green match or anything like that. For the mirror match, you want to hit planeswalkers with these cards, right? And the rest is pretty straightforward. This is for the draw, obviously. 7 draw cards, well, 9 technically if you attack, and a lot of sacrifice material. Over here we have 11, we have 12, 13 could be sacrificed, and also our top end is pretty good. You can't shave the Edgar, because in order for Edgar to be good, you have to have 2 of them at least, you know. If you want to go 4 of Edgar, you can pretty much cut the Sorin or cut the Kaya, cut 1 Sorin, so do it like that, you know, and cut 1 Kaya and go 4 of Edgar if you want to focus on Edgar. But me personally, I don't think Edgar is that good, like at all, actually, because it's not impactful as soon as it hits the battlefield. It's only impactful when it obviously dies, and then it recurs itself and over and over and over, you know, that never-ending cycle. But the ideal thing is to have Edgar and 2 copies of Edgar on the battlefield, so that 1 is the legendary artifact and 1 is Edgar himself, because you know, he gives +1/+1, you know, he gives a buff to the vampires. Edgar is also very good with Sorin, because, you know, that lifelinker is now pretty big too, so that makes the Meathook Massacre pretty bad when they want to cast it on you, so that's one thing to keep in mind. The deck, as that shows, it's decent. It's considered meta, of course, because the majority of people are playing mono black and ORZHOV Blood on the Snow deck, so I just wanted to cover it and show you guys my take on it. Redain is probably the only tech that I would say was my idea for the deck, because the rest of the cards, you know, you can run 4 of Wedding Announcement and just have it revolve around this card. This card is obviously very good when you have multiple copies on the battlefield, right? It gets really out of hand. Now all of a sudden your Shambling Ghast is like a 3/3 or a 4/4, which is pretty good, right? But I only have three copies, first of all, and second of all, like, what do you cut? That's the problem. When I look at this deck, like, what do you cut? If you cut 1 of these lands, the deck is dead, right? If you can't play 22 lands like you play in the black deck, because the black deck is only 1 color. So if you have two lands of the same color, the deck is gonna run. But if you have 2 lands of, let's say, black, or 2 lands of white, this deck is crippled. So you need 23 lands, so that hopefully you open with a 3-land hand or a 2-land hand. That's kind of good, but then you top deck a land consistently. So yeah, 23 is at least what you should run here. I would probably even, like, no, actually I wouldn't run 24 lands, because like, there's nothing for me to cut, and there's nothing, you know, we can easily make some lands, right, or make some mana. So yeah, Kaya here. Kaya is terrible with Edgar, and Kaya is terrible with the Felstinger, obviously. But you know, you can, she's pretty good with the Fellstinger if you don't sacrifice the Fellstinger, right? Because once the Fellstinger blocks and it dies, you can get it back to hand, and then you can decide whether you want it to resolve on the battlefield or use its effect. So Kaya is pretty good with the Fellstinger if you don't sacrifice it. Kaya is very good with the acquisitions expert also. She's amazing with the acquisitions expert, right? But the deck doesn't revolve around Kaya, and I'm not going to play more than one Kaya. She's not as impactful as Loth is when it comes to this specific deck. So yeah, just you know, it's pretty straightforward. Just build your mana to cast your planeswalkers and go from there. Make the necessary blocks to survive. You know, get your top end mascot exhibition. We have Confront the Past, so you can easily reoccur any of your planeswalkers. Play your Edgar. You know, you know how to win with this deck. Everyone does. It's pretty straightforward. At the ratio, I'm very happy with this. This is the last version. I'm very happy with the ratio of every card in this deck. I wouldn't mess with it. Probably after playing 20 games, I'll consider something, but I'll consider changing something, but we'll see. Instead of Redain, you can also play that one werewolf. What's it called? That black werewolf, you know, the Graveyard Trespasser. It's pretty good against other Blood on the Snow decks because you get to exile their planeswalkers from the graveyard and stuff like that. And it's also good with the Acquisitions Expert because once they see this card, they usually discard a planeswalker because they know they can get it back with the Blood on the Snow. So what you do is you just cast your Trespasser and attack with the Trespasser and exile that from the graveyard. So you get ultimate value and they lose a lot, right? And if also it exiles Rite of Oblivion, but you don't need the Trespasser because you're running Hive. Yes, they run 2 Field of Ruin, but sometimes the Hive can go off, right? Sometimes they don't have the Field of Ruin. So Hive is pretty good. Hive is a must-have in this deck, and it's a must-have in any black deck because you get to exile a lot of things from your opponent's graveyard. And that's why we don't include the Trespasser. That's that reach I'm talking about. We already have a card that exiles. Now we need a card that disrupts. And Redain is amazing. She's incredible. So yeah, with that being said, I hope you enjoyed the gameplay. The videos have been amazing. We beat pretty much anything. Yeah, it can go back and forth sometimes, but you'll just outvalue your opponent when you grind, right? And at the end, you know, you'll just win. And also consider subscribing and liking if you enjoy the video. And yeah, let's just get right into the gameplay from here. All right, I'll see you later with another video. Bye. All right, I'll keep this. This should be all right. It should be. Playing against blue seems like. Or maybe a Lear deck. We're not drawing any of our creatures. Reanimator. Alright, so if that's the case, we play Redain, even though he doesn't have any snow, but Redain is a good 3-drop. Celestis as well, yeah, so he's ramping. That's pretty good for us. This way we have Acquisitions Expert and a Deadly Dispute. We start attacking here. We need to start drawing as well, so we're going to use this as a sacrifice fodder for the Deadly Dispute. We also have answers within Vanishing Verse, so I'm not really that scared. I'm just scared of big creatures, right? Oh, okay, so he wants to discard something, right? Like a big creature that he can't play right now. Alright. Do we draw? Yeah, I think so. We don't really need it anymore, but we need to refresh our hand. These are some good draws. I'm happy with that. Let's attack first. Play Eye Twitch. Get rid of the Eye Twitch here. What scares me the most is yeah, a lot of lands, right? What scares me the most is what's it called? Shadow's Verdict. Alright, so what's your plan here? Like, what's the idea behind this? Again? What are you doing? He's just sinking in his mana in the Celestis here. I feel like he's flooding, like drawing just too many lands, right? He's very close to the port of Carfel here. Play Shambling Ghast and pass. We could have also attacked with the Hive to exile his Vorinclex, but we have Shadow's Verdict, right? I mean Vanishing Verse. And I feel like Redain is taxing him pretty well. Like his reanimation spells. And I feel like he's trying to find answers. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So he has Shadow's Verdict now. Diregraph Rebirth. That's fine. We just go ahead and hit the Vanishing Verse here. He doesn't have a good target anymore in the graveyard. Yeah, we pass. Alright, let's play the Hive. What do we exile from the Hive? Probably the Diregraph Rebirth, right? Yeah, he's playing Sultai Reanimator. Pass. We have Deadly Dispute to fuel up our hand again, so this has to be good. But it seems like his deck really sucks, right? No discard outlets besides Mulch, but Mill? If I'm playing Reanimator, I'd want to discard, not Mill. But maybe, you know, Mill is good as well. Why not? Blex. Okay. Blex is fine. Alright. Is he dead? I think so. What do we exile? Probably take out the Reanimator spell, just in case. He has to block here on the Felstinger. He takes 6 exactly. He has 1 mana open, so no removal. And that's game. That was almost too easy. Alright. Yikes. This is kind of scary. The lands. Right? But we'll keep this anyway. The question is, do we want to turn 1 Eye Twitch and turn 3 Deadly Dispute? I do want to hit my wedding announcement on turn 3. But since we're on the draw, hopefully, I don't know, we draw an untapped land, but that's just too many lands. But drawing a land off the top makes our Deadly Dispute a little better, so we didn't draw a land. So, play the Stabbed. Turn 2 Acquisitions Expert, turn 3 Wedding Announcement. Yeah, has to be the play, right? And then turn 4 we can possibly Eye Twitch and Deadly Dispute, or Deadly Dispute and Acquisitions Expert. Definitely not the most ideal draw when it comes to lands, but at the same time, oh, Vanishing Verse, nice. So we're playing against Clerics, I think. Yep. Alright. We need our removal spells, right? Yeah, let's just hit a Wedding Announcement. Get it going. Probably discarded the Vanishing Verse because he has another one. Or else, like, why would you discard that? Unless he has all creatures here. He's not drawing any lands. So I don't know what his thought process is. Hive is very good against Clerics because of Aura, right? So, and we're certainly drawing too many lands now. But it should be fine, right? We play eye to which we pass. We can't even attack to take the draw off of Wedding Announcement, but that's fine. Should be fine. Is he still stuck on lands? Alright, so he takes the Wedding Announcement. That means, yeah, he had 2 Vanishing Verses, so that makes sense, kind of. Alright. Now we need our payoff, right? Take Eye Twitch, draw 3. What do we get with the Eye Twitch? Probably a... So they're Clerics, right? We need to exile stuff, but I'm going to get Mascot Exhibition. Nice. Blood on the Snow is fine, right? Redain is also pretty good. Yeah, let's just cast Redain. Pass. Do they run Doomscar? That's the question. Is it okay for us to play Mascot Exhibition and just really invest on the board? Some players can surprise you, honestly. Okay. He's still not attacking. Loath is just really good on the Blood on the Snow, right?
Ah, you reek with subservience will be rewarded.
Alright. Yeah, play a Snow Permanent. We don't need to show the Field of Ruin just yet. Yeah, he's really stuck on lands. So he's probably running like 22 or 21 lands. Because he's running so many cheap creatures in a Clerics deck. That's not how it really should work. Alright, take the draw.
Oh yes.
Another Snow Permanent is fine. He can double block the spiders and stuff like that. So I'm just going to attack with Redain here. Probably cast Mascot Exhibition here. Pass. Even if he had Doomscar, he'd be pretty far away from the Doomscar. And Righteous Valkyrie, we just know that he has it, right? Now we need to start attacking a lot because of the Valkyrie, right? We're drawing a lot of lands. We're flooding almost. Yeah, we're drawing too many lands. Too many. Alright. Attack here. Attack here. 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 One of them has to go through. Doesn't matter, the spiders die anyway, right? But we have to keep his life points really low.
A gift in exchange for loyalty.
Pass. This way he doesn't get any value off of the Righteous Valkyrie. Or, yep, it's expected. Yeah, he's gaining so much life, right? Almost at 25. So, he's overpowering us, obviously. And... another Loath. Okay. So... Alright. We can draw with the Loath, but I think I do want to make the spiders here. But before that, let's go ahead and attack. All in. I am going to wipe the board because we're really getting outvalued here. His creatures are just better than ours, right? Keeping the Valkyrie and the Aura just gives him unlimited value. It sucks that we flooded this game. That's how you lose value. But at the same time, we have lands, we have things going for us, right? Yeah, blocks with the Aura. Yeah, kills Redain. This has Menace, this has Flying, this has Flying. We're going to get Eye Twitch back and probably Confront the past. Maybe even, yeah, probably confront the past. We can hold off a little on the mascot exhibition. Yeah, we make some spiders here. Or we can ultimate the Loath. That's the thing. Get Redeem back? Probably. Or just gets all his creatures back, basically. But we have no way of dealing with Aura, honestly. So yeah, that's pretty bad for us. Yep. Alright, what do I want to get? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 mana. I'm going to get another mascot exhibition here. We can make some spiders, but at the same time, let's ultimate the Loath. That's much better for us. And end our turn. Another Aura is pretty devastating. We just need to draw. We need to draw much better than this. This is not enough. Flooding obviously doesn't help. He's drawing all spells while we were drawing all lands. So how do you keep up with that? Alright. And the Valkyrie is just a pain, right?
A pity our time is over.
Alright. So, yeah, we're still drawing lands, bro. We're still drawing lands. Alright. Nice. The damage is definitely really good. This way we keep his Valkyrie at bay. Thanks. So yeah, every time we deal damage, we deal 8, right? Yeah, tons of life gain back. Tons. Yeah, he's just over investing on the yeah, too many counters as well. Pretty tough. Another veteran, bro. What is going on? Like, how do you beat this? Certainly not by drawing too many lands like that. Man, if we can top deck like a Meat Hook Massacre or any way to deal with the Valkyrie, I'd be more than happy. Let's see. So, Chump here. We're losing value rapidly. Rapidly. Okay. Nice. Nice. That's very good for us. Yeah, that significantly puts him down, right? He kills the, yikes. He kills the hive. I don't want him to kill the hive. Or, oh, whoops, hold on. So, let's take this out. Let's take it out. Sorry, my family's watching football. Alright, we got Loath. Make some blockers.
You require my anti-gen.
We're losing value rapidly. All because of the lands, right? And he's still gaining that life. Man, give me one meat hook massacre. That's all I want. Yeah, do you want to attack? Yeah, I'm not gonna allow you to kill the Loth.
And I will.
Soren is a fine draw, right? But do we make the spiders? I don't think so.
Good
Man,
minions
lands.
are
Lands, please. Hello?
Consider yourself fortunate our motives are light. You will serve me well.
We can take out his Lunark veterans because he can play them next turn. But what I want to take out is something that's very important to him, like the aspirant. Because of aura, right? He can double block the hive, but it doesn't matter. And we pass. What else can we do? I mean, I could have made the spiders, but I just don't want to give out my Angel of Destiny. Alright. Another Redain.
My ways are not for the
Do we make the spiders now? Let's draw. Hopefully. Nice. Alright, let's play this.
hatred lives.
Let's cast Deadly Dispute on it. Create a treasure.
A gift
Nice.
in exchange for loyalty.
Nice. Get Redain back. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Knock his life points down thanks to the emblem. And what do we get out of the graveyard? Probably the Lunark, one of the Lunark veterans. Yeah, we just needed one more board wipe and we needed more value. We definitely drew the value, right? Another Valkyrie should be fine. Okay, so no discard, right? Do we make the spiders now? He takes the block on the hive. And I think we play the shield here, just so he won't be able to kill the hive. Play the hive. Take another one of these out. He has to either block the okay, so he doesn't. Nice. So let's make the spiders.
I will
Let's make that as well. And we'll pass.
You can deal with my servant. I'm busy.
Should be fine. The shield is doing work for us. This game is turned around. As soon as we drew our... Edgar is fine. Edgar is a fine draw. Let's see what we get here. Sure. Let's draw with the Loth as well. Look, value, 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 right? Let's play this. Play that. Play the Felstinger. Take the draw. Kill his phantom.
Subservience will be a reward.
Good game. Play the hive. And that's game. Man, this is really slow. I'll keep though. Hopefully you can draw something that gets us going, right? It's a fine draw, but hopefully no Jwari disruption. Okay, so it's zombies, nice. We have Soren next turn as well, so that's pretty good. Yeah, we don't block here. I mean, we don't attack. Zombies. How good are zombies? Check for traps. Takes Soren. Nice.
Not gone my way.
That's fine. If he attacks here, we take the block and we cast Loath. Man, I should have just chomped. Yeah, let's just cast Loath next turn. Get her down.
Envy the strong. My power is for annihilation.
Yeah, I should have just chomped. Let's kill that. Yeah, he has something. That's fine.
My will cannot be
We still have
denied.
value. But since is he playing snow? Yeah, he is playing snow, right? Nice. So we can Fellstinger. I like that idea of Fellstinger. We should have attacked first. I always make that mistake. We definitely should have attacked first. But I like the idea of Verdane because he's playing snow.
I will get what I want.
Make some spiders. And
Slay our
we just pass here. Yeah, we're getting our value going. Takes Infernal Grasp, sure. More counters on Loath. That's fine. As long as he's losing life as well, I'm happy with that. We also have a backup Loath. We have removal. I think we're we're doing pretty good. Definitely. Good game. Yeah, he sees the value. He can't just outvalue us. He can't. Alright. No turn one play. No double black as well. I guess it should do anyway, right? I guess we're playing against the mirror. Yeah, let's just acquisitions expert here. We need another black source desperately. Okay, so he runs Village Rites. Is Village Rites any good? It's 1 mana. But you need, oh, so Abzan, okay. Yeah, we're not drawing anything basically. Alright, let's just play the Shambling Ghast and pass. Or we can just attack, who cares. We need another black source. Yeah.
He comes, Seven. It is time for battle.
So we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next turn 5 for his land drop. Just pass. Use another Deadly Dispute on the acquisitions expert. Should be really bad for us.
We can foster
Vorinclex, Binding. This is going to be really tough. We started out pretty bad. Yeah, he didn't want to invest, which was decent of him, I guess. Chariot. Yeah, of course. So the question is, do we exile the chariot or the Ren in 7? Or both?
Even in defeat, we grow.
I guess both. So 6, possibly 7. I mean, binding. Binding on what? Binding is fine. Nice. Alright. Create a treasure. That's fine by me. Yeah, tap them out. Exile the chariot. Nice. Another meat hook massacre, but I think we go for the Edgar here. Possibly even Shambling Ghast. We need to draw our draw spells, man. That's the problem with this deck. Alright, he passes. Kaya on Edgar? No. Kaya on Edgar. Kaya on Edgar. So what do we need to exile? We know he has possibly removal. It plays Nissa, Vorinclex. Nissa can reanimate Vorinclex, but takes like a couple turns if he doesn't ramp up, right? We've seen Chariot. Alright, I'm just gonna play Kaya. Put the counter on the Shambling Ghast.
Ghosting feels weird, I know.
And we don't attack. We have to stabilize somehow. These gain Death Touch, which is fine.
I don't need this.
That has to be good. Has to be good. Another Innkeeper, that's fine. Yeah, now he's losing value. Okay. Yeah. Let's play this. Put a counter here. Let's attack with the Edgar. Start threatening him a little. And since he doesn't play snow, that means no blood on the snow. So we play Sorin here. Easily. We just need our draw spells. That's all we need.
I bring my own army.
That's a big tree folk. That's a huge tree folk. That's fine. It has reach as well, so we can attack. Yikes. That's a really big boy. Alright. Let's draw with the Sorin. Nice. Nice.
Nothing on Innistrad is free.
We can kill her now. That's game. Yeah, he's losing too much value. Alright. Yeah, this looks good. You've got draw. You've got a turn 1 play. We've got removal. Whoops. Should be good. Maybe a turn 3 Loath? Who knows? If we can draw a land, sure. Seems like we're playing against the same deck. Oh, Clerics. Okay. Let's ramp. Hopefully get a land and cast Loath. We drew a land. It's pretty good, right? Turn 3 Loath, always good.
You could have such, and I, the generous one.
This way we can gain a lot of value off of Loath, right? If he doesn't kill Loath, we can start drawing with her. But yeah, they always have Vanishing Verse, right?
You win this round, but I'll be waiting.
Exiling her is certainly terrible. Let's just keep up the pressure, right? I'm gonna play a Ghast and a Acquisitions Expert. This way we can discard some of his cards as well. Okay. So this means he's playing Voice of the Blessed as well. We have Rite of Oblivion for a Valkyrie or an Aura. Or if this gets too big. Oh, he wants to attack? Sure. This way we kill his veteran. Stop that value, right? Alright, I think I'm gonna go for the Fellstinger so that hopefully we can top deck some lands. Because the Acquisitions Expert is done, right? It did its job. Nice. Land and a Eye Twitch. That's great. Awful start from our opponent. Just terrible. We can play Edgar next turn. That's fine. 4 mana. I like Acquisitions Expert and Rite of Oblivion. But what do we exile? Probably Voice of the Blessed, right? It's the bigger threat. It did its job, so it can overextend our value. Great hand. We didn't really need any board wipes, so that's good. Lisa. Yeah, that's game. That's game, right? Yeah. Good game. Pretty easy. Clerics can't just match the value, right? Nice. Alright. Yeah, this is good. You know. It's alright. Against green. Okay. So he's doing that one combo, right? Fight spell and a Death Toucher. Should be alright. We absolutely have to hit a Deadly Dispute on turn 3. I mean, yeah, turn 3. Okay. Let's go for the Expert here. Knock down his cards / value. Nice. That's a good one. But, you know, Blizzard Brawl. Nice. Sure. He just wants to get in for the damage. I'm fine with that. But that says we don't have Deadly Dispute, right? Which is pretty terrible for us. So that means we have to Meat Hook Massacre on turn 5. Pretty terrible. Troll, yeah. I hope we can draw something here. Yeah, he's gonna draw a card off of the pack leader. Okay. Sure. Block the pack leader. Deadly Dispute. What do we get? I'm going to get Sciences. Okay. Stopped some damage. Primal Adversary. Primal Adversary is fine, but I don't know why he's investing like that. We have 5. 6. Yeah, we can hit a pretty good massacre here for 5. I mean for 4. We also have Blood on the Snow next turn. Pretty good. Gain some life. Has to be good for us. Yep. Alright. So. Do I want to play Redain or do I want to play the shield? Probably just Redain and Shambling Guest and double block that. I'm gonna get another black here. Just hope to thin out our library. Probably just Redain and Shambling Guest and double block the troll. We have a good follow-up with Blood on the Snow as well. So that's good. If he drew a Snakeskin Veil, which he did, I think, it's pretty bad. Oh, he drew Inscription. Yikes. Not enough mana for the Inscription, obviously, so he needs to put +1/+1 counters. Hello? How did that happen? Sure. Just get Mascot Exhibition. It's really good against green. Oh, he was bluffing with the card. Nice. Play a Black Source, pass. Should be smooth sailing from here on out.
I take no joy in the slaughter.
He is gonna draw with the Werewolf Pack later here, but should be alright. He's still in the game, definitely, because we're not really hitting him. All that so he can draw. This becomes a 5/3, so probably block this way. Just in case he drew an Inscription or anything like that. Probably puts the +1/+1 counters on the troll here, because it has trample. But yeah, I knew he was going to do that, so that's fine. Yep, I'm fine with that. That's their job anyway, you know, the tokens. We can start attacking next turn, which is good. But let's hit a draw. Nice.
You wish to know my secrets?
Yeah, it makes us lose a lot of life. And he's going to have a pretty big lair. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But what I'm going to do is just attack with the vampire, so that in case he finds a way to deal with Edgar here, we can block the lair with the hive, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we have enough mana. Next turn we can make another vampire. We're gaining life here as well. But it doesn't seem like he wants to go the lair of the Hydra route, which is good. He obviously played bad, right? Over investing on the board like that. The Meat Hook Massacre was the highlight of the game, obviously. Okay, let's attack. Let's make a vampire, play Shambling Ghast as well, and leave the hive to block with as well, you know, for protection. We're gaining a lot of life, but that's game, yeah. He's getting way outvalued here.